Hey, what's up everybody? It's Brian Dean from QuickSprout, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to evaluate the potential linking power of a link. Now I know how much effort you put into link building, so it makes sense to try to target sites that are going to give you the most impact in terms of ranking and search engine traffic. So let's say, for example, that we stumbled upon QuickSprout. How would you evaluate the potential ranking power of a link on QuickSprout? Well, the first thing to do is to look at the relevancy of the site. That's the most important. So if you have a site about dog training, it doesn't really matter about the authority metrics that we're going to look at in this video if the site isn't relevant. Yes, a link from an irrelevant site might help you, but it definitely helps to have a more relevant link. So let's assume we had a site about SEO, social media, or traffic generation, and we just landed on QuickSprout. Well, you know, just by looking around, you can usually tell what the site is about, right? You can look at their most recent posts, and in this case, we have things about conversion rate optimization, closing deals, small business management, things like that, traffic generation, SEO. If you just took a few minutes to pop around the site and maybe even look at their all-time most popular articles, you could kind of get an idea for what they tend to write about most. But if you're still not sure, another trick is to look at the sidebar area of a blog, and a lot of times they have a categories area like BuzzStream. And here they list all the different categories that they talk about, like marketing, link prospecting, link building, SEO. And as you can see, this tends to really emphasize search engine optimization, while QuickSprout does discuss SEO a lot, but it also covers some other topics. So if your site was about strictly SEO, you obviously want to get as close, to an SEO related site as you can. And it's a balance sometimes between relevancy and authority. Now the next thing I want to look at is PageRank, which we can see here using the SEO book toolbar that I discussed in another video. And although the homepage PageRank doesn't always correlate to the authority that your link will have, because it will probably not be on the homepage, it's a good metric to go by because it's one of the only metrics we actually get straight from Google. And in this case, QuickSprout has a homepage PageRank of 6, which is very good. Now, if you were to, let's say you knew what page you were going to get your link on, okay? Let's say you were doing resource page link building. Well, you'd want to go to that page and look at that page-specific PageRank just by going up to the SEO book toolbar and taking a look or hovering over it if you're not sure. In this case, it's the PageRank 4, which is very good. In general, if you're doing page-level PageRank link building, like on resource pages or broken link building, you do want the page to have at least a PageRank of 1 to make it worth the time to do your outreach or whatever it is you're going to do to get that link. Now, once you've determined the PageRank, another way to determine the value of a site in terms of its linking potential is to go to Moz and use their Open Site Explorer. So just put in there the homepage URL here and click on search. And what this will do, it'll reveal these domain authority and page authority metrics, which are very important. And as with PageRank, if you're not going to get a link on the homepage, this page authority doesn't matter, right? It's all about the domain authority, because that's how much potential authority that site is going to pass on to your site through a link. And again, if you knew that you were going to get a link from this specific page, you could copy the URL into Open Site Explorer, paste it, press search, and see the specific page authority of that page, which usually correlates very well with PageRank. Now, another way to determine authority that's a little more robust and accurate than PageRank is the number of referring domains. And to get that, you can go to Majestic SEO, put in the homepage URL, and click on Explore. And when you do that, it'll show you kind of a summary of the linking information for that particular website. And in this case, QuickSprout has over 10,500 referring domains. The more referring domains, the better. You don't want to pay as much attention to this area, which is the total number of backlinks, for the simple reason that Google doesn't consider a link that comes from the same site over and over again as valuable. So, for example, QuickSprout happens to have a blog roll link from Guy Kawasaki's blog, which I'll show you right now, and which is a great link to have. But the problem is, let's scroll down here, on optimization he has a link to QuickSprout, and this links to QuickSprout from every single page on his website. And from Google's point of view, this is one single vote. okay, which can be misleading. So if you see that QuickSprout has, you know, almost 200,000 links, quite a few of them are coming from this one website, which in Google's eyes and from a ranking point of view and from an authority point of view, you know, is 1 or maybe 2 votes. So you really want to emphasize the referring domains, the more, the better. Now, if you want to get hardcore with looking at their link profile, you can always go to Ahrefs, type in the homepage URL here, click on search links, and also get, you know, a different perspective overview of the site. And if you want to see what their top links are, which is something you might want to do, click on the external backlinks tab. And what this will do, it'll show you their top 5 links. So if you were to see, they have a link from Technorati, Smart Passive Income, Ink Themes, Kaiser the Sage. So these are, you know, authoritative sites, and that's what you want to see. And if you were to look at a site and it wasn't QuickSprout and you saw the top 5 were maybe blog networks or blog comment spam, you'd know that these metrics were probably gamed and that the site isn't legitimately authoritative in Google's eyes. So if you want to make sure, if you're putting a lot of effort into a site, sometimes I take a look at the external link profile and just take a look at their top few domains just to make sure it looks like a somewhat natural link profile. Another way to determine the value of a link is to look at the trust flow in Majestic SEO. And trust flow is right here. And all that is, it's a metric to determine the trustworthiness of a site. And how that works basically is that there are a number of trusted sites on the web, and sites that are highly trusted that link to other sites are all pass on some of that trust, similar to PageRank. So if you're getting a link from a highly trusted site, which is trust flow of 30 is very good, you definitely want a trust flow above 10. That trust passes on to your site, which helps it rank. So that's another metric to look at. Another way to determine trust is to look at the number of educational ref backlinks, which is just edu links, and gov links. Okay, and by looking at that, you get also kind of an idea of whether or not the site is trustworthy, because most spammy sites are not going to attract, you know, 293 edu links and 76 .gov links. Only trusted sites that provide quality content are going to get that type of link profile. So this is another way just to quickly determine trust. Sometimes I just look at the number of edu and .gov links, and if I see a few, it gives me an idea that that site must be trustworthy and must be doing white hat link building. Finally, you might want to look at domain age, and to do that, go to domaintools.com, put in the URL of the homepage that you want to look at, click search, and you'll see all the who is information for that site. And what we really want to look at is right here, this creates on area. And as you can see, this was created in 2005, which makes it kind of old. Now, not everyone agrees that site domain age makes a difference. I do. And you definitely want older domain whenever possible to link to you. So if the site was brand new, it doesn't necessarily mean that the link isn't going to be as powerful, but in my experience, sites that are older, you know, 10 years old or 5 years old or even 15 years old tend to pass on more trust and authority than newer sites. So that's how you'd go through the evaluation of a link profile. You look at their page rank of the home page, you look at the relevancy, you look at their domain authority and page authority metrics in Moz Site Explorer, then you look at their number of referring domains, the link profile, then their trust, and finally, if you want, you could look at their domain age, and in general, an older domain is better. So that's it for determining the potential ranking power of a link. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.